whilst his mother's womb contained the growing Baal. Even then the sky was waiting, quiet and pale, naked, young, immensely marvelous, like Baal loved it when he came to us. That same sky remained with him in joy and care, even when Baal slept, peaceful and unaware. At night a lilac sky, a drunken bow, turning pious as the sky grows pale. So through hospital, cathedral and whiskey bar, Baal kept moving onwards and just let things go. When Baal's tired boys, Baal cannot fall far. He will have his sky down there below, where the sinners congregate in shame together. Baal lay naked, reveling in their distress. Only sky, a sky that will go on forever, formed a blanket for his nakedness. And that lusty girl, the world, who'll laugh and yield to the man who'll stand the pressure of her thighs, sometimes gave him love bites such as can't be healed. Baal survived it, he just used his eyes. And when Baal saw lots of corpses scattered round, he felt twice the thrill despite the lack of room. Space enough, said Baal, they're not thick on the ground. Space enough within this woman's womb. Any vice for Baal has got its useful side. It's the men who practice it he can't abide. Vices have their point once you see it as such. Stick to two, for one will be too much. Slackness, softness are the sort of things to shun. Nothing could be harder than the quest for fun. Lots of strength is needed and experience too. Swollen bellies can embarrass you. Under gloomy stars and this poor vale of tears, Baal will graze a pasture till it disappears. Once it's been digested to the forest deep, Baal trots singing for a well-earned sleep. Baal can spot the vultures in the stormy sky as they wait up there to see if Baal will die. Sometimes Baal pretends he's dead. The vultures swoop. Baal in silence dines on vulture soup. When the dark womb drags him down to be its prize, what's the world still mean to Baal? He's overfed. So much sky is lurking still behind his eyes. He'll have just enough sky when he's dead. When the earth's dark womb engulfed the rotting Baal, even then the sky was up there, quiet and pale, naked, young, immensely marvelous, like Baal loved it when he lived with us. Sickened by sun with rainstorms lashing and rotten, a looted wreath crowning his tangled hair. Every moment of his youth apart from its dream was forgotten. Gone the roof overhead, but the sky was always there. Oh, you were flung out alike from heaven and from Hades, you murderers who've been so bitterly repaid. Why did you part from the mothers who nursed you as babies? It was peaceful, there you slept, and there you stayed. Still he explores and rakes the absinthe green oceans, though his mother has given him up for lost. Grinning and cursing with a few odd tears of contrition, always in search of the land where life seems best. Loafing through hells and flogged through paradises, calm and grinning with a vanishing face. At times he still dreams of a small field he recognizes, with the blue sky overhead and nothing else. It was a day in that blue month, September, silent beneath the plum tree's slender shade. I held her there, my love so pale and silent, as if she were a dream that must not fade. Above us in the shining summer heaven, there was a cloud my eyes dwelt long upon. It was quite white and very high above us. Then I looked up and found that it had gone. And since that day so many moons in silence have swum across that sky and gone below. The plum trees surely have been chopped for firewood. And if you ask, how does that love seem now? I must admit, I really can't remember, though I know what you are trying to say. But what that face was like, I know no longer. I only know I kissed it on that day. As for the kiss, I long ago forgot it. But for the cloud that floated in the sky, I know that still and shall forever know it. It was quite white and moved in very high. It may be that the plum trees still are blooming. That woman's seventh child may now be there. And yet that cloud had only bloomed for moments. When I looked up, it vanished on the air. Once she had drowned and started her slow descent down the streams to where the great rivers broaden. All the opal sky shone most magnificent, as if it were acting as her body's guardian. Rack and duckweed slowly increased her weight by clasping her in their slimy grip. Through her limbs the cold-blooded fishes played. Creatures and plant life kept on, thus obstructing her last trip. And the sky that same evening grew dark as smoke, and the stars through the night kept the brightness still soaring. But it quickly grew clear when dawn now broke, to see that she got one further morning. Once her pallid trunk had rotted beyond repair, it happened quite slowly that she gently slid from God's thoughts. First with her face, then her hands, right at the last with her hair, leaving those corpse-choked rivers just one more cold. If a woman's hips are ample, then I want her in a high skirt and stocking on a rumple, cheerfully, for that's my way. If a woman bites in pleasure, then I'll wipe it clean with hay. My head and lap together thoroughly, for that's my way. If a woman goes